Florence. Today, I'm going to do something a bit different. And I wanted to talk to you about travel, being in prep, and how you can do this. So listen to this if you're a person that goes on the road and who travels or thinking about traveling, or you want a little travel itinerary, I can talk to you about that too. But really, it's going to discuss how to stay on track with your fitness, whether you're in prep or not, while you're traveling. Of course, first of all, I want to say there's times where I've gone on vacation and the purpose of a vacation was to take a break from my fitness. And there are times when that is totally appropriate. But there are times when you're going to be in prep or you want to stay on track with your fitness goal, but you still want to travel and you want to have a good time. So I'm going to share to you what I did to stay on track while I was in prep. So first of all, who am I for those, because we have a lot of new people in our channel. Thank you, welcome. So my name is Florence Janvier. I'm an athlete, I guess. Previously, competed in the figure division. So I've been doing this for 3 years, and now I'm in preparation for my first wellness competition, which is a different category, which relies more on being bottom, let's say more developed muscular. So basically, I decided to go on vacation almost like 9 weeks, 8 weeks or 7 weeks out from my competition. So basically, I spent 3 weeks in Europe. So I'm in Canada, so out of my home. And even prior to that, I was 1 week, I was in San Diego. So basically, I did 4 weeks in prep. So how did I stay in track? So there's 3 things we're going to talk about. First one is going to be, what is your planning? This is going to be like primordial. Like this is something you have to do. Second, we're going to talk about how to stay in prep while you're over there and you're not at home, basically away. And then it's going to be what you do after you come back. Okay, so these 3 things. And when it comes to fitness, there's always 2 things that you have to manage, which is your workout, your fitness. And of course, rest is important. And so those are the 3 things you have to manage. All right, so before, first of all, I went on this amazing trip in Italy. I did 3 cities. I did Venice, and then we did Florence, and then I finished in Rome, and then I went to another part undisclosed in Europe. So before I went, this was a dream trip for me. And although, like, I know Italy is known for food, but my preparation for my competition was equally important, something of my passion. And at first, it's okay if you're nervous, like even if you're not going overseas, but you know you're going to have to be away from work or, away from your hometown, basically. Those are the tips. And now I feel like I'm a pro. So first thing, you need to do planning. And planning, first thing, is going to have to be your location, so accommodation. So a good tool to use that I've used is you have a little spreadsheet, but also I use Google Maps. In Google Maps, I create for each of the cities that I went. And in Maps, I put in not only the location of my venue, but I also look for gyms, 1. And 2nd, I look also for if there's groceries or little markets near so I can grab some food. So my first option is always going to be, it's not always, but sometimes going to be either a hotel with a gym, or it's going to be second option. It can be an Airbnb where a gym is located nearby. And so this is how I choose the location that I want. And so that's the first thing to do. So my first location was kind of like a res, and they had a gym inside in Venice. So that was so useful that I didn't have to go outside of where I was staying. So I could work out before in the morning, my activities, or after. So also you want to plan your activities that you're going to do. And you plan your activities. I was not traveling alone, so I was with other people. Plan your things, but also schedule in your training when you're going to do it. So in your workouts, like I have a very flexible workout that my coach has given to me, that not only do I have gym days, but in my like 7 days, I do utilize my rest day to travel, first of all. And second of all, I have a day which it's only cardio, which is easy to do. And third of all, I have a day where it's a HIIT training where I don't need equipment. So those are very important to have these type of workouts in case uh, things don't always go as planned. Okay. So some of those things. So in your suitcase, you would want to bring some of your accessories. I brought a skipping rope. I packed some elastic bands and some gym clothes, of course, running shoes. And I had a few extra, like for the ankle bracelets to do some kickbacks and stuff. And I brought a few little extra, but just keep in mind that my luggage was not with me for the 10 days that I was traveling Italy. So thank God I had some workout clothes in my carry-on. And I actually had some elastic bands and my running shoes in my carry-on, my little backpack carry-on that I had. And so I didn't get to get my other stuff until I got to my undisclosed location in Europe. So in other words, just in case, you would want to pack some essential stuff in your carry-on for your workouts in case your suitcase got lost. So you will see that a lot of my planning, I also have plan B, which is something that you're going to have to learn that sometimes things do not go as planned. So we talked about pre-planning. I mentioned about venues, hotels, preference with gym. And if they don't have gym, Airbnbs with kitchen, everything equipped near gyms. And you look also at the time of the gyms when they open too. So second of all, let's talk about food. Okay, so the day that I travel, I pack my food for the day because I don't want to eat airplane food, especially it's going to be a long hours of traveling. You may not have time in between if you're doing some switches, some corresponding flights. So you want to be equipped. So one of the things that I discovered is that bento box. I ordered some bento box on Amazon, and these bento box, not only do they keep things airtight, but it also keep things cool. So in the refrigerator the day before, I pack my the meal that I will have during the day, and then it keeps it pretty cool, airtight. And on the travel too, I travel with some ice packs. But if you're gonna have to do some changes, they may become gel-like, and they may not pass the douane. I've forgotten the word in English. You know what I mean. So just keep that in mind. So bento box, great. I had 2 of those on top of each other. Got my eggs and got my little salad. And then I also pre-packed, thank God I did, just in case, and because it's not part of my meal plan, but some canned tuna that I have in my suitcase, just in case like something happened. And something did happen because my flight got like delayed. And instead of arriving the day of, I arrived the next day, and it was a mess, guys. It was a mess. I even had to stay overnight at a hotel, and I booked it. And then I was like, and I did my cardio, even if I was going to have a few hours of sleep. To me, it was important to me. to get that rest and to feel safe. And so I booked in a hotel and then I did a cardio, and then I get a few hours of rest, and I was refreshed to continue my journey. So that was my fight situation. But just know that plan first and plan for the unexpected. Okay, so we talked so far about food. Okay, so if you're on a meal plan, I'm on a meal plan, so which means that I have prescribed food that I have to take, but I also know what my macros. So it's okay to be on a meal plan, but also know your macros. So because I have so much experience with food and travel, because I also travel for work, I have already an idea of the portions and macros, but I still packed a weighing, a little food balance in my bag today. It was in my carry-on. I still have it. I still packed it. So first thing I always try to do is, if I can stick to my meal plan, I stick to my meal plan. Second of all is macros. When I can stick to my meal plan, let's say I'm staying at a hotel, which sometimes is a bit hard, then I will do, I did macros. So I switch macros. And then because I had like 2 days where I could have protein, which was easy. And then I only had like 2 solid meals. And for me, because I'm in my last prep, I stick to lean cuts. So in restaurants, I had to ask for modification. So it taught me to be brave, to be curious, and not be afraid to ask for what you want. And you know what I noticed is that people are willing to come together and support you in your goals. So I stuck to whitefish and chicken. And sometimes I would go to seafood. I could go to some shrimps and scallops as well. I always ask for preparation, less oil, no oils, or less oil. Sometimes you need to, but less oils, no butter. And I didn't risk it with carbs. I just said, just give me some salad with garden salad, right? And I would add the balsamic vinaigrette to it. So basically, this is what I did. I was able to eat at some restaurants while the person I was with enjoyed their food. And I enjoyed it for them as well. I was like, tell me how it tastes. And I looked, and you can still enjoy looking at beautiful food. But because I know I had a goal and I wanted to see sights, so I still spent like long days doing some little trips, excursions. And I would bring sometimes like one solid meal. And then maybe sometimes I would have a meal at a restaurant, and I would order chicken breast with salad, or codfish was a great one. Sea bass fish is a good one. And of course, you ask them to grill if possible. Okay. So this is usually what I did. So for food, we talked about food. We talked about little, if you follow me on Instagram, you saw me that I actually brought a big protein powder, like a bag of protein powder. And by the way, it passed the customs, no problem. It was not in a container. I had it in a bag and it was already sealed. So it went through. So, and it was about 1K that I had. So it went through. So I brought my own protein, and I did bring some yogurts too. By the way, I packed to go. And so I also, in my meal plan, I was able to I can have some yogurt or some cottage cheese. So that's something I would buy in the grocery stores. So in the morning, because I usually have eggs, but let's say I was staying at a hotel or didn't have access to eggs, then usually what I do if I'm hometown, I would get like liquid white eggs. It's easy for me. I put in a bowl, I microwave it, and then ta-da. Or if I don't have that, then sometimes you had a car friends or whatever, you get boiled eggs. Then just eat the egg whites. That with my yogurt. Or if I didn't have that, then in the morning, I would just have make sure that I have a protein. That's the number thing, is to have your protein. I would substitute it. I would have like either a shake or something. So I followed my macros. So I'm just giving you like extra tips or things that I did to stay on track. And maybe I'll show you like before I went on vacation and after on vacation for you to see like how I was able to stay on track and to progress. So we talked about food, we talked about trainings. So yeah, I would go and have a full day, 6, 8 hours, 10 hours, be tired, but I still needed to do my cardio or I still need to do my training, and I would do it after or before I went on the trip. And I did not let my training get underway. I just like slotted it in because I know I have like these 5 days that I need to train. And based on the schedule or the itinerary that I had for my travel, I would choose which training I would do, which one I would have a lot of time, or when I would do my cardio. So still got it done regardless of my travel itinerary. So that was during some of the things that I did. And the only thing I would say that suffered is probably my sleep. And yeah, my sleep suffered enormously. But I did my best to, what I would do to help with that is I would utilize power naps. And actually, a lot of people in the medical field, doctors that work long hours, some studies, I remember reading that some studies have shown that power naps are a very effective way for recovery. So I would utilize, you know what, I have 20, 30 minutes. I'm extremely tired. Let me take a little nap. And I would take my power naps 20, 30 minutes. And then I'll feel so much better to keep on with the day or whatever I had to do. So utilize power naps if, you have a packed schedule, packed day. Yeah, you can still enjoy everything. So I talked to you about training, food, and then little tips that I did and how I did for the rest. So also another thing that I had on my carry-on, thank God, I had my heels, my practicing heels for posing, because in the wellness division, as well as in the figure and bikini, you wear heels for posing to display your physique. So I had that, and I also had my practice bikini in my carry-on. So I was able to like send my updates to my coach weekly while I was away. And then you'll see some pictures. Hopefully I could put some pictures up so you can see, or I'll put them at the end. I'll see how I do it. So I was able to stay on track, not only with my diet, my training, and also with my coach. So also it's just very important to be flexible. So I'm thinking about like when I was in Florence, so in Venice, I did mostly like kind of like a hotel room, but I had the gym, and I ate a lot of the food outside because I didn't have a kitchen, but it was super healthy. I would say it was super easy. They had a lot of like protein shake, protein yogurt, very healthy, a lot of salad. Now, when I arrived in Florence, I had a few days there. I had an Airbnb with a fully equipped kitchen, and I went straight to the grocery. So that's something I usually do when I travel and I have access to a kitchen. And then I grab the food that I needed, and I cooked my chicken, grabbed some pre-mixed salad, had some balsamic, they had pasteurized liquid white eggs, or if I don't have that, I just use like a normal quart of eggs, and then I just crack and open the egg whites. And so in the morning, in the evening actually, or before I would do, or the day of in the morning, usually I would do it the night before. So it'll be so much efficient. So because we would wake up at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning for us to go do our trips to like Cinque Terre, to Pisa, So a really awesome trip. So then I went straight to the grocery store, grabbed my meats, was able to find even some cottage cheese, y'all, and some Greek yogurt or protein yogurt. Got a few protein shakes. And I have my powder that I brought. And I also found some almond milk. I looked it up. I was able to translate. Got some lean, low fat, no sugar almond milk that I could use. So got these items, cooked and packed things for my day, put it in my bento box in the morning, and then it was ready to be out. And when I got back, not too late, I look at the gym hours, I was able to do my workout. So So I went to the gym in Florence, a very interesting gym, I have to say, very packed. And but people were very nice. It was about it was 10 euros per day. I asked to say it was 24 hours, and no, it's 10 euros per day. I was like, okay, fine. Typically, when I travel, it's about, even in Canada, sometimes I spend more than that. So 15 to $20, I'd say, like Canadian dollars, is reasonable. A reasonable amount to spend per day. So every day I would go there. Sometimes I would go before in the morning. So always look at the time and stuff. And so, don't be afraid to ask some questions there. And I was surprised I had every equipment that I needed. It even had like a trap bar. It was really well equipped. Like seriously, Italy people, Florence, 2 thumbs up for the gym. Like some of the best gym that I've seen. We went to Rome. Then we had Airbnb, but that time I'm not going to spend too much time. So what I did there is that I was just I think I ate out there, but I had I had my shake, I had my protein, yogurts and stuff. So I utilized that, and I had my protein powder as well. And however, the gym over there closed on Sundays. I guess, but I was able to do a HIIT training. So that was my alternative things that I had. But I did look at some gyms. So every time I would get to the location, I would, check the gyms again. I would check to see what would be open, check to see groceries that were nearby too. And if I needed to, I adjust. So I'm very flexible. So then when I get to my, I had to fly to my other location in Europe, undisclosed. And over there, it was a bit different. So I was staying in a hotel. Thankfully, the hotel had boiled eggs in the morning. So I just grabbed a bunch of boiled eggs and then just like ate them. And then I would go to the grocery and buy some premixed salad. And they had some they had some pre-made chicken for salad. So I get those. I'm okay with eating cold chicken. It's not a big deal to me. Even cold eggs, it's not a big deal to me. At this point, I'm just eating. But I was able to enjoy some fine dining as well by asking them, asking the server for what he would recommend for lean cuts or white meat or white fish, and ask them like no sauces, no oils and stuff. And they were able to recommend. And of course, I would skip some appetizers, but I was able to have the best, I think it was tuna or salmon on a bouillon. That was really delicious. And then I had some sea bass and didn't have the sauce, but in terms of appetizer, I was able to have like some Omar stuff or lobster stuff, sorry. Or if it was fish, I would taste it, or if it was meat, whatever the appetizers without sauce, I would nibble on it. If it was chicken, I would have these appetizers because it was protein. Also, big thing that I forgot to say is that I walked a lot. Very important. I walked so much, and probably I would say on a bad day, like if I didn't move a lot, it would probably like 15K step. I wasn't really tracking, but seriously, I probably walked a lot, and it probably helped a lot with my, I guess, the process of leaning out or losing body fat. So that's why it was a bit more forgiving if everything was not perfect, because I know that I was going to get a lot of steps anyway and made a lot of progress. So, so when I get back, I was really tired. I reunited with my suitcase in my other location. But I was just saying, like, when you get back, capitalize on recovery, on sleep. Very important, because I didn't get to do that much. So like my body just felt it, but it feels good to rest and to just get back on track and just follow down my meal plan to the end. So now I'm like 4 weeks out, spent like literally 4 weeks traveling. And was it challenging? Yes. Is it doable? Yes. Did I learn a lot of things? Yes. Not only about the prep, but it also taught me some things about myself. I think whenever you take a trip, it's an experience. You're going to learn things about your environment. You're going to expand your perspective, but also it's going to teach you things about you. And what I've learned about myself during this journey, this trip, is that that I'm resourceful, that I'm brave. I think on my feet. I was flexible, and that I could find solutions. And also that was determined. And a lot of the people surrounding me were really admired. I was like, wow, that's amazing that you're able to stay on track with your goal and discipline. And don't minimize that. That is something that very few people are able to do. And this is something that you can take with you and apply in different area of your life. Because, you can definitely apply different area. And tell me that I can apply that, like being in the zone and focus in different area in my life. And that's something that will stick with you and that doesn't leave you. So you can do it with planning, being flexible, and being resourceful. And of course, I would say very important, having the support of your coach, your prep coach, with you to do this. So thank you so much. Let me know if you want me to do more about like traveling and staying on prep, traveling and fitness, how to keep track, because this is something that obviously I have lots of experience. Even before this trip, I usually travel for work, but now I feel even more confident that I can stay on track of my fitness goal, whatever I am on, even if I'm not in prep or whatever. I feel that I've learned so much being in a foreign country when you don't even speak the native language, that if I can do it there, then I can do it anywhere. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. Please, if you watch this, you listen to that, give it a like, share it with someone. And if you want more, let me know in the comments. And like I said, I'm 4 weeks out from my first wellness debut. I haven't talked too much about it. If you want to know more, I can talk more about it, but let me know. It's been quite busy, so I will do my best to do another video. So I don't know when the next video is going to come out, to be honest. I'm just trying to prioritize things and do what I need to do. All right. Thank you. Peace, love, and thank you so much for listening and watching. Bye-bye.